Hello, this is Sandra with a little bit of everything, showing you the Interchangeable Holiday Sign DIY kit. Things you will need. You need your kit, you need paint, which you can get at the dollar store, ruler, brushes small and big, a plate or something to put paint on, paper towel, and painter's tape. To start, I had already painted my background because I've shown this many times, but I'll just do a quick review. Before painting, give your piece of wood a quick sand around the edges and the top. Give it a wipe. Then paint your sign, which I made my sign gray. After it's all dry, give it just a very light sand just to get it smooth and ready for your stencil. Use your paper towel to get the dust off. One more thing that I'm adding to this one is a little bit distressing on the edges. It's going to be hard to see on this one as I'm using white, but what you want to do is use your sponge, get very minimal paint on it, and use your paper towel to dab more of the paint off. Then you're just going to rub it around the edges. You see on this sign better where it's the gray showing. Just a little bit of roughness, so it just adds a little bit of a frame almost. So just kind of hold it on an angle and go along the edge. You can add more paint if you like, or if you've accidentally added too much, you can wet in your paper towel and just wipe it off. Or I like to use baby wipes as well. As I said, it's hard to see on this one. Now your sign is ready to get your stencil on. So here's your stencil. The first step is grab a credit card of some sort and you're just going to burnish it so that the plastic contact paper will stick to the white vinyl. The blue that you see is just the back, which is the garbage. Once you're done, you can start peeling it. So you want your clear plastic contact paper and the white vinyl to come off of the back paper. Go very slow to make sure that the middles of all your letters are coming up with it. Be careful as the white is now sticky. Now you can grab your sign, lay your vinyl on it. Don't worry, it will not stick right away unless you push it down. So you have wiggle room to move it around. Now you're going to spend some time measuring and making sure it's all straight. I like to just fold the vinyl over the edge a little bit, just so I have a clear line to measure from. Then you can grab your card again and go over it, because now we need the white vinyl to stick to our wood. Once that is done, grab the contact paper, the clear contact paper, and start pulling it back, leaving the white on the wood. For this part, you want to go quite slow, as often the middle pieces of your E or your O's will come up. Use your fingers just to go around it, making sure all the bubbles around the letters are out. If you have bubbles before in your contact paper, it is completely fine. Or if you have bubbles in the middle of your vinyl, don't worry about it, as long as it's smooth around all the letters. Now we're going to paint. You just want to use a sponge again. Put hardly any paint on it and dab on all the letters. You'll want to do at least 2 passes. You might have to do 3 depending what colors you're using. You often need to wait about 4 to 5 minutes between each coat, making sure it's semi-dry. When it's completely dry, or a majority of it is dry, you can start peeling your vinyl back, and it's okay if it rips. Go at an angle, it will help peel it off. Then you're going to use the pin that came with your kit and use it to take the middles of your letters out. And there is your sign. Now on to all your shapes. As you see, I had a little helper that wanted to be in the video as well. So you'll see her sitting beside me for this part of the video. For the shapes, I mean, you can do it however you like. Some techniques that I have enjoyed using are blending different shades. For example, with a snowflake, I made a light blue color and I painted the whole thing light blue. Then I'm grabbing some white paint and just painting the tips of the snowflakes. And then using that light blue again, just to blend it all nicely in. So there isn't any lines of the white. In the middle, I did a little bit of a darker blue, and then again used that first light blue to blend it all together. Again, I'm doing the same thing with the pumpkin. I made the entire thing one color first. Then I'm grabbing a slightly darker shade and going over the pumpkin lines, which does not need to be perfect because later you're going to grab that first orange again and blend it all together. This is where it's nice to have some smaller brushes. Another technique that I like is using markers. If you have shapes that are have smaller designs in it, using kids markers will work just as well. So with the watermelon and the egg, I painted the entire thing one color again, just to have the base. And then I will go back later with a marker, making sure it's dry before you use marker on these shapes. And that is that. For the Velcro, in my kit I had 1 smooth side of the Velcro and 5 rough sides of the Velcro. The 1 smooth side is going to go on my sign, then I'm going to put the rough one on top of it with sticky side up, and then push my shape down. Then when I pull my shape off, it'll be stuck to my shape. And there you have it. I hope this all made sense. If you have any questions, please shoot me a message.